Hey guys, Spencer with Z1. Going to do a quick overview on our new forged upper control arms today. These fit Frontier, Xterra, Pathfinder, Titans, all from about the 05 era to current. This is everything in the medium and light duty lines of trucks, so we don't have you XD guys covered yet. Stay tuned on that. All right, so performance, that's the number one key. We had to make sure we address the ever problematic coil bucket contact, CBC. Good God, search it. If you don't know what that is, brief search, you'll be like, oh wow, this is a rampant problem that everybody's familiar with. Coil bucket contact happens on pretty much all trucks that get lifted with extending the shock, whether that's like a puck, longer shock and spring combo, something that's gonna give you good droop travel after you've lifted a truck, a little more flex and range as well. So better performance. We were looking for something that complemented that, and would let you align the truck. We wanted it at a reasonable cost, and we wanted it to be easy to install and easy to align. That's what we did, and we knocked it all out in a few ways. Construction of the body of the arms is made actually out of a forging. So when we went after doing this, there was no offering like this in the market segment. So it's available in many other segments, but they're usually billet. Prices are usually $1,500 plus range for trucks of these sizes. And we really did not want to bring a product to market in that price range. So we tooled up after design and prototype and testing and prototyping and redesigns and testing numerous iterations until we got a design we were really pleased with. So once we tooled up, now we punch these out of aluminum into a rough form, and then they go into machining for all this post-process machining. I've seen a lot of people speculate originally or use the language, it's billet arm, it's billet arm. It's not a billet arm. After they're forged, they get CNC machined all over. We control the tolerance, lets us control the finish, critical bores, all those key features are extremely consistent. Put them up against anybody else in the market. That's all there is to say. They look amazing, right? They clear, they're easy to install. When you put them on a truck, it's really common that most trucks will have to have some frame modification. Sometimes that may be right at the exterior of the shock mount where boot would sweep past it. Some are flared a little more than others. And even with ours, on some trucks, you gotta check for that. Just make sure you're not gonna rub through a boot because to keep in alignment spec, depending on where your lower links and stuff are, you may run close there. But the bigger chore really is on the pickup points on the inboard side, especially later model vehicles. The frame tabs and kind of gusseted pocket they're in was revised, and it got a little tighter. So a lot of the aftermarket arms that existed prior to 2015 is kind of the reference date most frequently. A lot of people just continue to offer their product. They just told you how to modify the frame. It's not exactly the easiest process. If you're working at home, in the driveway or garage, it's quite a chore to either bend, hammer out, cut, grind this pocket. Even in the shop here, it's noisy when they have to do that with certain arms, or time consuming, which is cost intensive usually if you're paying somebody to do it. So we tried to be cognizant of that and bring features into our arms to make them easy to be a bolt-on solution. And that's why we chose to use these 3/4 by 16 Heim joints, very heavy duty. They are PTFE or Teflon-lined so that you have quiet operation. They hold up really great. I've been running a set of these for over a year now. My truck sees a bunch of highway miles. It also sees a bunch of trail miles. I'm not known to be exactly easy on it. Plenty of times I submerge it. Probably not the most consistent guy about cleaning it out. It's a 3/4 by 16 Heim joint that's lined. They're available from us, cheap and easy to replace when the time comes on that. And that's a nice feature that arms can be serviced when the time comes. Aside from a bushing, they're more compact in housing, so they're easy to fill in the frame. They give you a sharper steering response than a bushing end, which is a nice feature. Heim joints on the inside. This pretty sick double adjuster that mounts those into the body, all right? So you got a left-hand, right-hand thread relationship there that makes this an easy in-out process. So you can extend the length of the arm inboard or outboard in a square function for just addressing camber, or you can actually articulate the arm on the truck to sweep and change the position related to caster, which is nice. You can go pretty much beyond the ranges that are useful. You can run them in pretty close to the truck to where you would go negative. If you're not modifying a strut mount, which we held to on our testing and measurements, you can usually get close to about 1/2 degree in most our lifted scenarios, at which point you'd need to grind more of the truck away to clear this part. A lot of people do that heavily on their coil buckets anyways, we see for other arms, and we know that trucks hold up pretty good to it, but it's not a requirement here unless you're looking for a lot more negative camber. Most of us run our camber pretty square, or I like just a hair negative. Caster, I run about 3 degrees on my truck every day. Holds up just great, over 100 miles an hour on big tires and very stable. But you can go beyond that as well. Ball joint is very heavy duty. We use a larger ball. It's spec designed for this arm. We'll have support on them if you need replacement way down the road. They're greasable. We keep that Zerk fitting hidden underneath this dust cap. They do not come pre-greased for service, so we recommend when you get it as part of the install, pop this cap off, hook your grease gun up. I'd say most grease guns, it's a 5 to 8 pump procedure. You can just keep a feel on the boot and see. You feel some grease coming out there. If you wanted to pop it back, you could watch for it. I wouldn't recommend pumping it up till it balloons and makes a huge mess or anything. You may cut down on the life of the boot. Service intervals on that's really usage dependent. I don't service mine every time I go off-roading. I'd say 5,000 miles probably the shortest interval I've ever done, and that was because I spent a lot of time submerged. Whether it helped or not, I don't know. Everything's just been going fine. 10,000 miles, probably a safe longer length interval if you use some mixed use or highway. And I'm sure we'll get more reports from clients that are out there as the time goes on. If they're all highway, how far can they go? So that's a quick feature on construction, components, some of the details about the arm, just to elaborate for you if you don't like reading in the listing. Install, easy, right? We don't have to modify the frame much. We do check the outer edge for this boot just to make sure it's clear. Need a little shave there. Okay, do it so you don't cut the boot. Maybe tap it in. Every truck's a little different on that one, so just check for it. Inboard side, bolt-on procedure, easy to go. We flip a bolt around to make it easier if you ever want to service them or take them off rather than have to take the steering shaft loose again on trucks. We're going to grease them, handle all that stuff real easy, and then we're going to roll over to alignment. That is one of the easiest things. Again, cost matters, right? You can try and square them up, get them even, same way we do when we put them initially, and we set a truck down, we look at it. Is it good to drive to the alignment shop, or for us, over here? Once we've gotten it over here or even right there, it's very easy sitting out with the truck out weight to loosen the clamps on the body and to access this double adjuster. Just reaching inside the bore here and get on there, and just quick turns and you'll get quick results on the adjustment. Once you're done with that, there's a jam nut here to lock down, keep this Heim joint in the right plane so it's centered over the arm, and then you just clamp down these 2 pinch bolts on the frame and you're set out of there. Your alignment guy will love you. These are so easy to put into position. The other thing is cool, generally don't have to have eccentrics on the bottom. A lot of production vehicles did not come with them. They had just straight pin bolts on the lower control arms. If you want to widen your stance to the max, a lot of us do. We'll still run an eccentric or an offset to push the lower arms out and get maybe a wider footprint on the track, but not necessarily required. You'll be able to line them up with all the adjustment the front uppers typically offer. So again, easier on the install. You don't required to do the lower eccentrics, not required to modify the frame to the extent. You're going to find that the time on the alignment rack is significantly less, and everybody likes that. So less money than billet, less money to install, less money to align. We try to keep the economics in mind. I think they look amazing. I hope you guys have enjoyed some of the overview of our arms. We'll have more details continue to come out. We'll give you guys more stats. We'll give you install videos. Keep giving you cool performance videos you've already been seeing with these on our trucks. If you have questions about the products in this video or other products on the site or products not on the site, you need some support looking to make a unique configuration or just get your truck going again, be sure to check out z1offroad.com. We do it all. OEM parts, aftermarket parts, repair parts, performance parts, custom parts, tuning. So if you have questions about it, we have a team here of specialists. They're excited to support you because they're into it just like you are. We ship an insane amount of orders every day all over the globe. So we're here for you on multiple fronts, and we're here to help you build your truck to get it back on the road or across the mountain or whatever you want to do. Just reach out to our team. We're happy to help.